Hello, and welcome to Atomic Absorption Spectroscopy. In this video, we'll learn how to turn on the instrument, the flame and lamp, changing methods, testing samples, switching lamps, saving data, and then finally turning everything off. So first off, we'll learn how to turn on the instrument. Ready. Alright. Turning on the instrument. It's right next to your power.
If we can't quantify, we can't quantify. Right, well, we go to
The lamps are located above the power button. The burner system is in the middle compartment. There's a fume hood above it that's not seen in the photo. And the nebulizer is the little red thing, and it's attached to the sample tube that goes into the sample, and it sucks up. It goes through all that, through the flame, and then gets detected and whatever.
I'm just putting the front there. Giant. Oh yeah, it's still on noise.
Going back to the program, Syngistics is what the AA uses. It looks like a green S. It's in the middle of the screen. Boo doo doo boo doo doo boo doo boo boo doo boo boo doo. To turn on the lamp, go under the instrument tab that is at the top left of the screen. Click Lamp Setup, which brings out the pop-up. To turn on a lamp, click lamp 1, 2, 3, or 4, whichever corresponds to the lamp that you want to use. It takes a minute to turn on because it goes through a bunch of checks to make sure it's working properly. But once it's finished, it will say idle like it does now. A neat thing about the AA is that it doesn't require a warm-up like the UV Vis does. It's just because of how the AA works. But then once the lamp is on, you can exit that screen, and then to turn on the flame, go under the same instrument tab, click the flame control, then click the stereotypical power button, which turns green, and then once it's up and ready, you can exit out of that.
Analysis can begin once everything is turned on. Select the Analysis tab on the top left. Next, click the Analysis icon with the test tube in the top ribbon towards the right. A pop-up will appear with the buttons labeled Analyze Blank, Analyze Standard, or Analyze Sample. If you look on the right, there is a pop-up called the Status Panel. Here you can see the method, the sample information, the dataset, and the flame and wavelength icons. Check to make sure you're using the method for the metal you're analyzing. We have one set up for copper and another for calcium, but if you're using the wrong one, the instrument doesn't like it and will yell at you via passive-aggressive pop-ups. You also have to make sure you're using the right lamp, too. If you turned on the wrong lamp, there are instructions later in the video for changing this. If your method does not correspond with your lamp and analyte, go back to the top ribbon and click the Open button in the Method section. There should be a method labeled Dennis Page Calcium or Dennis Page Copper, whichever your analyte is.
Once the analysis pop-up is open, make sure the right sample and standard is displayed. If you want to add standards because they aren't listed on the pop-up, then you can add them by clicking the method icon. This should bring up the method editor. Under this, you can click the calibration tab that's at the top of the pop-up, after which click the standard concentrations tab that is on the right. Under the ID column, write the number of the concentration with the unit. Under the concentration column, just write the number of the concentration. Then you can exit this pop-up, and it should be added to the other concentrations that are already there. Once you're ready to test, stick the sample tube into the sample and then click the correct button, whether it is to test a blank, sample, or standard. While you are testing, the gray button should be green, as well as the progress bar under the status panel. If you messed up and want to stop testing for whatever reason, just click the green button to cancel analysis. When you are done testing a sample, remove the sample tube because it continuously sucks up sample. So if it's not removed, you will lose a lot of sample.
For our experiment, we're analyzing copper and calcium, which requires switching between the lamps. The process can be a little tricky if you're not used to it. First, return to the lamp setup page detailed in turning on the instrument. It's located under the Instrument tab in the Spectrometer section of the ribbon. You should see a screen similar to what we've shown here. To turn off the copper lamp, click the green button next to copper and then turn on the calcium lamp by clicking Lamp 2. If you are switching from calcium to copper, you will need to click the green button next to calcium and Lamp 3 instead. It may take a few moments, but once it's finished, the status should say idle like it does on the screen, and the parameters should change to match the new lamp. Once you've done this, make sure to change the method to match the lamp before testing your solutions.
Me right now.
Oh, we've got energy.
Okay, so now the lamp's turned on. So you can go out. Oh yeah. And when you're changing the lamps, you also have to change the method. And you can always see it over here. So what you have to do, because calcium and copper use different methods, you just have to go under the Analysis tab. And we already have it set up, so you just click this Open button. And then there's the page that is calcium, that's for the calcium bulb. And then there's the page that is copper. So then just click copper, and it'll switch it over, and you just make sure that it's all saying the same. So copper is copper here. You want to make sure that this is saying copper. You just always want to make sure it's all saying the same thing, because if you use a calcium lamp with the copper method, it's not going to.
That is how you retest your samples 5 times.
Yeah.
Yes, I speak from experience.
So now we're ready. 20.
You'll have to change your standard concentrations. We have ours. You can add your own. We are testing. Measuring 2 of 3, 3 of 3. Idle.
To view data, go to the Results section and click Data Viewer, which is the pop-up shown. To save data, click the Export All button located at the bottom. Then it will ask you if you really want to export data, because it might take a few minutes, but it never has, so just click Yes. Then you can export your data to your USB, and you might want to change the file to a .xlsx file, but that's your preference. Turning off the instrument is like turning on the instrument, but backwards. So anyway, first turn off the flame in the lamp, then you can exit the program, after which you can turn off the instrument by the power button that's under the lamps, and then finally close the acetylene tank and turn off the fume hood. And don't forget to record the pressure of the tank in the logbook. We suck at recording. Yeah, we do. Turning off the instrument is like turning on the instrument, but backwards. But okay. Anyway, turn it.
Did I do something?
I just could hear your thing.
To view data, go to the Results section and click Data Viewer, which is the pop-up showing.
Howdy, y'all!
I'm surprised. To copper, and then turn on the calcium lamp by clicking Lamp 2. If you are switching between calcium and copper, no. Dennis? Do you need the gas? Once you've done this, make sure to change the method before testing your solutions. I skipped the last